Hey friends, Frankie and Brad here in the kitchen cooking up some music for you today. Today we're going to chat a little bit about some forgotten rock and roll bands back in our day. And Brad's brought a few albums to pass along just to, share a few classic memories. Brad, kick us off with Dave Clark 5.
The Dave Clark 5, the British Invasion. Everybody thinks it was the Beatles and the Rolling Stones.
No.
It was the Beatles and the Dave Clark 5. They were the top groups of that British Invasion.
Elton John actually said that in an interview, that people forgot how popular
They were huge.
Were.
Their first album, huge hit, Glad All Over. Great song. They were on the Ed Sullivan Show 18 times.
Wow.
Ed Sullivan said they were his favorite group.
Wow.
And that's why they were on there. Another album I'd like to show you, Coast to Coast. A song, Any Way You Want It, was a huge hit for them. Groups like Tom Petty even played that song in their encores. So it's been covered by a lot of people, but this was a really good band that had a legitimate greatest hits album.
Was he one of the first drummers that sang in a rock band? I don't remember.
I think so. Dave Clark wrote a lot of their hits. Mike Smith was their lead singer, but Dave Clark and I think a couple other guys sang backup. But they were their own original band, and they definitely deserve their place in history.
Absolutely. Groundhog, a band, you've got a couple of albums you're going to share with us?
The Mighty Groundhogs. Tony McPhee was the guitar player. They were three-piece in the 70s. A lot of people have overlooked this group. They were more of a blues-type group, but they had an original sound. If you've never heard of them, check this album or this one, The Groundhog Split, which is an excellent album. Both these albums are good. They put out probably 5 or 6 in their time.
Yeah, definitely a band you need to check out. Next is a band that you and I both were lucky enough to discover when this album came out in the early 70s, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Bebop Deluxe. This album is one of the greatest hard rock albums ever. Bill Nelson,
great guitar player.
My Lord, what a guitarist. But this is a must listen to album. It's very difficult to find. The cover was not well received, but it definitely an album to check out.
Yeah, it's worth a listen. It's got some great songs on it. Great guitar playing. He came out kind of on the heels of David Bowie and at that time, glam rock, but he actually had his own style, his own sound, and they are worth a listen.
Yeah, that's true. Moving on, Cactus.
Cactus, a lot of critics call them the American Led Zeppelin. They are not as well known as Led Zeppelin, but guitar player Jim McCarty played with Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels. Drummer and bass player from the Vanilla Fudge. These guys were rocking when they were out. They put out 3 really good studio albums, and I think there's a couple of live albums that were put out later. But Cactus, a group that shouldn't be forgotten. Check them out.
Yeah, you definitely want to check out some of these bands. Just because you hadn't heard of them doesn't mean that they're not good. Paul Revere and the Raiders. Huge band in the 60s, the TV show, they were everywhere.
They were everywhere. They had a number of radio hits. Like you say, they had their own TV show. They were like the group at one point, and yet they're not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that have tried to right that wrong, but for some reason they've been overlooked.
This band came out huge. The TV show Where the Action Is, they were on every day. And I think they had a huge run and were on fire. And then they just, I don't know whether they took the money and went home or they burn out or what, but they kind of faded away.
Yeah, they just kind of faded away, and it's a shame. This album here, singer Mark Lindsay said, "This is our Sgt. Pepper." If you have to listen to one, check this out. Quentin Tarantino used this album in one of his last movies about the Manson.
Oh, I don't know the name. But in any case.
In any case, there's a scene where the girl playing Sharon Tate is putting on a record, and it's actually this record. So you hear some of these, couple of the songs in that movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, all right, yeah.
So yeah, check it out. It's worth a listen.
All right. Blue Cheer, certainly a band I remember riding around in the car listening to
the birth of heavy metal. They were the first heavy metal band. They redid Summertime Blues.
Killer version.
Again, they had their own heavy metal sound.
Distortion.
And as critics say, they were the first heavy metal band. So check them out.
Moving on to a band that's a little more well-known, Deep Purple. We got to throw them in there.
Yeah, Richie Blackmore, great guitar player. This is probably their Sgt. Pepper. Really good album. Great playing.
Yeah, Blackmore is among the best of the best. Definitely. Machine Head, wow, I mean,
yeah, it was a huge album in the day. It was.
Yeah, if you want an introduction to Deep Purple, you can't go wrong here.
Yeah.
Moving on to Nas.
Todd Rundgren. This is actually their second album. The reason I'm showing this is an excellent album with a lot of really good early Todd Rundgren. Great guitar playing. Stevie Ray Vaughan was quoted as saying the song Kitty Boy was one of his favorite guitar cuts. So, and if you listen to it, you'll understand why. A lot of great playing, a lot of good songwriting, just a great album.
Definitely one to check out. A band that I think you and I also were early into getting on the train to, Fanny.
All-girl rock group, probably the first successful all-girl rock group. There's a great documentary out on them where they tell you that there were so many bands that said, no, we do not want that group opening up for us.
June Millington, am I saying that right?
Yeah, she was a great guitar player.
And technical player.
And that's probably why a lot of groups did not want them opening up. She was an excellent guitar player. They actually contacted John Lennon to get permission to play Hey Bulldog and asked John if they could write an extra verse to make this song longer, and he said they could do that. Great version of that song on here. So if you aren't familiar with the all-girl group Fanny, check this album out.
They were even before Runaways, weren't they?
Oh, yeah.
I know, I don't remember any female guitarist that could could hold a candle to June Millington, and I mean even male guitarists for that
Oh
matter.
yeah,
She was,
yeah.
she
There were a
was
lot of
just,
male guitar players who did not want to be on the same stage with
just
her.
very much so. Uh, Moving on, Lou Reed, a little bit more well known, but still not a household name.
I'm not a great big Lou Reed fan, but I've heard cuts off these albums before I bought them, and they are great. He used the same two guitar players, uh, Dick Wagner and Steve Hunter, who have played with numerous people, including Alice Cooper. I think they were the two guitar players on Welcome to My Nightmare. They played on literally probably hundreds of different people's albums. Two great guitar players who do excellent work with what I call. I've always thought Lou Reed was kind of boring, but they really light a fire to his songs and bring them to life. So if you're interested in hearing a really good version of Lou Reed, these are the two albums to check out.
Lou Reed, excellent songwriter. He's wrote songs that really launched a lot of people's career. I know one, Cowboy Junkies, they did "Hey Sweet Jane," and it was their first hit single, and it literally took them, on the career that they're still on.
Right.
Moving on, the Association.
The group that opened up the Monterey Pop Festival, they had in the day a string of hits. Along Comes Mary, Never My Love. I mean, just song after song.
Wendy.
I mean,
Did they have an Asian guitarist? I'm wanting to say maybe Asian, Filipino.
yes, yeah.
Um,
But those guys, all of them could sing, and they did great harmonies.
they
Again,
had huge hits.
they were a huge band that
Um,
to me did not get their fair due of success that they should have.
They were certainly a band that, I was riding around with my date, back in the day, listening to the radio. But they were everywhere.
And at one time, Never My Love was the most
requested,
requested
airplay.
and songs that people go to on the internet. At one time, it was the number one song.
Moving on, last and certainly not least, someone that Brad and I have both been a fan of for years is Dave Mason. What a songwriter, guitarist, singer, can do it all.
And if you don't know it, the opening chords to the great Jimi Hendrix hit, All Along the Watchtower, the opening chords, that's Dave Mason playing. He played on that song, and he's had his own success. I was actually excited when I got this album because I did not know what was on the inside, and I'll show you. When I pulled the album out itself, this is what it looks like.
Wow.
Amazing. I don't know how many were made, but for some reason, I got lucky enough to get one.
That's amazing. Marble texture.
A marble textured album.
It's just amazing. And the cover is just equally amazing. It's a fold out.
Only You Know and I Know, just a lot of great songs on this album.
Amazing.
But if you get a chance, check it out. It's worth listening to.
Yeah. Well, Brad, have anything we missed?
I don't think so, but if there is, somebody let us know.
Yeah, please give us your comments. Let us know people that you think are well worth mentioning, and we'll put together another video. As always, Thanks for your time. Give us a couple of thumbs up and subscribe to our site. You have a great day.